Here we are, Friday night at Lakeview Field, Richard Black Stadium, for a battle between the Huskies and the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils. There's going to be a kickoff here from the 40. Grosse Pointe South kicking it off, kicking it deep. It's going to be fielded at the 1 yard line by number 0, Brennan Johnson, into the end zone for a touchback. I am Tony Savali. I am up here in the booth with friend of the program, longtime coach Jim Scarcelli. Good to have you, Jim.
Tony, fired up to be over here on 11 Mile. The Huskies are they're fired up. They're ready to go. They got a 6-0 Grosse Pointe South team coming in here, but the Huskies T offense is ready. They are ready for tonight.
Tough loss last week as Lakeview traveled to Lands Cruise for their homecoming game. An offensive battle. Lakeview scored 5 touchdowns. Really moved the ball, but struggled to stop Lands Cruise. Lost 48-35. Looking to continue with that offensive prowess tonight. Matt Stimmick under center tonight with the T. Runs that ball up the middle. Gain of a couple. Matt Stimmick is in for an injured Gavin McKee, who went down with a concussion last week. He's in the concussion protocol. So, Coach, how would you handle a new quarterback, Game 7, huge game, and hasn't had many snaps at the varsity level? What would you be telling him?
You know, Stimmick he started every game last year on JV, so he's played a lot of football. He understands the offense. That's what's great about what Coach Street does here offensively. Everybody does the same thing, so he'll be fine. He'll be confident. He knows what he has to do. Just secure the football is the big thing for the Huskies.
Bobby Clark at center. 2nd down and 7. This ball is going to be handed up the middle. A lot of power runs here from Lakeview. That ball is not going to get very far. Lakeview played Grosse Pointe South last year.
Yeah, I think the big key, Tony, is no penalties for the Lakeview offense because of what they do. You got to try to get 3 yards a pop, 3 yards plus, no penalties, and secure the ball. Now we're a little behind the chains here. We don't want to be 3rd and 7.
Last year, Grosse Pointe South was able to stifle the running game. We had to put the ball in the air a little bit, struggle to do what Coach Patrick likes to do, chunk plays, move the chains. Here we are at 3rd down and 7 from their own 23-yard line. Stimmick, we'll see if he puts this ball in the air. Hands that ball through the middle. Little jump cut there.
Wow.
He could go. That's Eric Simmons, number 24, with a huge gain out just past the 50-yard line. Big-time run by Eric Simmons.
Yeah, it looked like a trap. Nice block, I think, by Snell in here. But Coach Street has worked a long time trying to figure out what Grosse Pointe South was doing on defense last year because the Huskies struggled against them. So he spent a lot of time in the offseason. Hopefully it'll pay off tonight. I think that may have been something, a little tweak that they put in for Grosse Pointe South.
Great sign there. Eric Simmons leads the team in rushing with 528 yards on the year. Ball spotted right at the 50-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Lakeview. Stimmick takes the ball's on the ground. Looks like Lakeview jumped back on that little, new quarterback handoff exchange. First week probably getting a lot of snaps, so like you said, you got to be careful with the turnovers here after a big run like that. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was going to be I think that was going to be the same play, the trap. But yeah, he's got to secure the ball. The center quarterback exchange is key. It all starts with that. Give your team a chance. Secure the football. Don't give them anything cheap.
A lot of deception and a lot of fake handoffs in this 3-back set. Stimmick from the 50. 2 tight ends. Ball's going to be ran up the middle here. Little counter action. Jason Messenger, nice run. Moves the pile for about 6 yards.
More trapping in here. This time they had the left guard, Klein, and it looked like they may have pulled the backside tackle too, but there's some things they're doing differently, I think, that has given Grosse Pointe South some trouble. And that was a nice trap. And they're right where they want to be, Tony, here. Yeah. Now 3rd and 4, probably 4-down territory. We pick up 3 yards here.
Coach Street is known for going for it on 4th downs on any part of the field. Definitely looks like 4-down territory. Little power run up the middle. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Always tough to see who has the ball in this, so you kind of wait till the pile pulls away. Looks like that was Eric Simmons for a carry. It will bring up that 4th down and 4 you were talking about.
Yeah, this might be hard count area. Try to get him to jump off. I don't know if coach is going to go for this if he has a play he really likes.
Gavin McKee a lot of times would keep the ball in situations like this. They would trust the quarterback. Let's see if if Stimick is going to keep this ball. This ball is going to be handed off up the middle, and it looks like there's a wall of Blue Devils there that are going to stuff Simmons there for a no gain, and that's going to be a turnover on down. So what looked like a promising drive, a couple nice runs there, stalls out at the other side of the 50.
Yeah, they tried the trap again, and Grosse Pointe South defended it. They tried the same play we ripped them on earlier, and they defended it better here.
If you know anything about Lakeview football, a lot of runs this year. They do have 1,800 yards of total offense. 1,700 yards of those are on the ground. Grosse Pointe South takes over at their own 44. Lupo is going to hand that ball off to number 5. Matt Agnon. Familiar names from last year's game. Lupo, Agnon had some big games.
Yeah, that was a counter tray. They pulled the backside guard and tackle. A little too much, but Huskies are in a 5-man front. 5 guys at the line of scrimmage. Grosse Pointe South is going to mix it up. They're in a 2-by-1 formation now.
Lupo, a senior quarterback. Agnon to his right out of the shotgun. Ball's at their own 49, 2nd down and 5. Lupo, quick pass out to number 1. He's going to cross the chains. Get brought down by number 18, Deion Lacey. Not after a Grosse Pointe South 1st down.
Yeah, that's just an easy pass for them to complete. You got a big cushion there, but you got to tackle in space. Lakeview's got to do a good job tackling in space and be great in the red zone. This team wants to throw it. But down, they just got to be good in the red zone.
Got a 6-0 Mac White team there at the top of the Mac White for a reason. Lakeview has had games where they've stuffed the run and then struggled with the pass. Last week they struggled to defend the run. So Coach Galea, defensive coordinator, has had his work cut out for him. 1st and 10, Lupo back to pass, finds a man open. Oh, he drops the ball. Looked a little out pass to the tight end. A little out of reach off his fingertips. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. But again, he was open there.
Yeah, Lakeview staying with a 5-man front. Somebody should have had him. I don't know if a linebacker missed the assignment, but South wants to spread you out. They want you to play in space. They want you to play in the parking lot. Lakeview wants to play straight T. They want to play in a phone booth. So here's 3 receivers at the top, 1 here at the bottom, 1 back formation.
Late changes on defense for Lakeview. 2nd down and 10. Lupo looking to his right. He's going to roll right. He's going to sling it back across the middle. Find a man open. Number 1. He's going to cut this all the way left. He's got blockers. He's making a cutback. Finally, some Lakeview Huskies will take him down at the 15, but a huge gain for Grosse Pointe South. He bought some time, rolling out to the right. Number 1 sat out there in the zone, just found an open spot in the zone. Vince Vachon, and made a nice run after catch.
Yeah, nice job by their quarterback, but Lakeview's got to do a better job containing the quarterback. You've got to contain him. Can't let him run around like that.
Grosse Pointe South moving the ball. The ball's now on the 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's probably an inside run. You've got 2 split receivers on each side to spread the defense.
Bring Vachon in motion. Do have a flag from the backfield here.
Now, this is where Lakeview's got to be good. They got to be good in the red zone.
This will help out. Waiting for the call. Thrown by the referee. Walking this back. It's going to be on Grosse Pointe South.
False start against the Blue Devils.
That'll push him back 5 yards. The false start. Helpful. Got to make a defensive play here. Got to get some pressure on this quarterback. Contain him in this pocket. All these skilled players are returning players. Vachon, Agnon, Lupo had big games last year against Lakeview in a title-clinching game. Lakeview trying to get some revenge from last year. First down and 15. Lupo with that inside run to number 5, Matt Agnon, and he's going to keep pushing and driving this pile.
That's too much. You got to play better run down here, run defense. They're running that trap again, pulling the backside guard.
He gains 10, bringing up a 2nd and 5, but
need a stop here. Need to get
Big Snell in there. We need Jake Snell. We need some
play run. They're going to run the football here. 3-and-1 formation, 1 back.
Lupo back to pass, looking right, has all the time in the world. He's
Contain,
going to roll
contain.
left. Nice contain. Number 10 breaks open in the back corner of the end zone. He catches that ball for a gross point touchdown. Trey Grabowski. Lupo bought time, planted, threw across his body, and Trey Grabowski got off his coverage in the back left corner of the end zone. Easy pitch and catch, 6-0 Grosse Pointe South.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty athletic play by their quarterback. He was somewhat pressured, but he's got feet. He can move around. He's a good player. He can run and throw, but you've got to keep him inside the defense.
Zappy on for the extra point. And it is through. That'll bring the score to 7-0 Grosse Pointe South with 4:42 left in the first quarter. You know, you had a promising drive. It stalled out on the other side of the 50, and Grosse Pointe South puts together a drive. Coach, what are you telling your boys in the huddle down 7-0?
Well, Coach Treat knows, what he has to do on offense. He just can't. It's hard to have negative plays or no. You need 3 yards. You got to get 3 yards, and we can't put the ball on the ground, and we can't have penalties. But the big thing defensively is they got a quarterback that can run. He's athletic, and they got receivers that can catch. So you got to keep this kid contained. And he is an athlete, so it's hard to deal with a guy that can run and pass like that. But you got to keep your rush lanes.
Coaching staff here knew this was going to be a challenge all week. Grosse Pointe South comes in at 6-0, 155-0 last week at L'Anse Creuse North. Or L'Anse Creuse North came to Grosse Pointe South. They won 55-0. Gavin McKee down with an injury. Also, running back Terrell McCurdy is out tonight in the concussion protocol. So down a couple key guys. Travis Kelly on the return here from his own 2. He's going to bring that ball back just on the other side of the 20, maybe to the 20. They're going to spot this ball on the 20. We're going to have a long field to deal with. But had some chunk plays there in the first drive. Had a nice run. Had moved the ball on a couple runs. Definitely trying to work the middle here. Grosse Pointe South is stacking the box. We'll see if Stimmick or this run game can get loose on the outside.
Yeah, Tony, South has done some different things with their front this first possession. Now it looks like they're in a 5-man front, but they were in a 6-man front.
Yeah, look at how many guys.
So there's 5 guys down at the line of scrimmage defensively.
You talk about stacking this box. You see
there's the
Lake,
fumble.
then the ball's on the ground. This ball's going to be picked up by number 2 from Grosse Pointe South, Ben Kosick. Lost the ball in the pile, but the ball came squirting out into the backfield. Easy scoop and score for number 2, and that is not what you want if you're a Huskies fan.
Yeah, we talked about securing the ball. It's the most important thing in football. You can block and tackle and do everything right and lift weights and run and be in great shape, but if you fumble the ball, you're in trouble.
Grosse Pointe South is too good of a team to spot them a touchdown like that. And just like that, within about 8 seconds, 12 seconds of gameplay, and Lakeview has given up 14 points. 14-0 with 4:18 left to go. Now what do you tell them, Coach?
Well,
a lot of time left.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the quarterback back exchange. You just got to relax. I don't know. Has he played much? Has he played much as the backup? Has he gotten in many games? His first 6 games?
Not too much. In the first 6 games, the games have been relatively close. Got a few snaps in a big win against L'Anse Creuse North. Got in last week after Gavin McKee went down with a head injury. Stimmick came in, handed the ball off 2 times, and led a 2-play scoring drive. That was late in the 4th quarter. Doesn't have too many game time snaps this year. Did play as a JV player, was the full-time quarterback last year, so knows this offense. New running backs, like we said, Terrell McCurdy's not in there tonight. So you got some new hands on the ball. Have to secure it. Need some holes. Need to have a scoring drive here to answer and get ourselves back in this ball game. Grosse Pointe South going to kick off from their own 40. Ball's going to skip at the 5-yard line, squirt into the end zone for a touchback. Here in high school football, that ball comes out to the 20-yard line.
Well, Bobby Clark and this offensive line, they got to get things going. They're the key. South has got 5 guys down in the 3-point stance, and they're good-sized kids. But Clark, Klein, Snell, Pizzo, Kubiak, McCabe, the tight ends, McCabe and Tringali. I mean, that's what this offense lives and dies on is movement up front, and those 7 guys got to get it done.
When Lakeview's going right, chunk plays, a lot of time gets taken off the clock. I know Coach Threet would like to keep the ball out of Jack Lupo's hands. A nice sustained drive would be a wonderful thing here. That ball's going to be handed off to number 15. Jason Messenger off the right side. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage. Broke a few tackles, but is going to work hard to maybe gain a half yard.
Yeah, South is in a 5-2 defense. They're playing a guy head up on the center. They got our guards covered, and then they've got 2 big defensive ends firing inside the tight ends, and they have 2 corners right outside of our tight end. They're pretty much look like they're in the same front last couple plays now.
When Lakeview's going right, you see a lot of guys in the box. They're still able to find holes and hit some breakaway runs. Grosse Pointe South is definitely heads up on these guys here. That ball's going to be headed, I believe, to Aiden Daniels. And then, man, there's 20 guys in that pile trying to shove a Husky forward, shove a Husky backward, and it's going to stall out there after a gain of 4. Bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Lakeview.
See, Lakeview can survive with 3-4 yard gains like that. They just can't have the negative play. If we'd have picked up 3-4 yards on 1st down, we'd be in business.
Stimmick does throw a nice ball. Watched him warm up on the sidelines. Watched him practice at times. Throws a real nice long ball. Dives down, nice tight spiral. The passing game, very few passes during the season for Lakeview. That ball's going to be ran up the middle. Going to fight hard. Eric Simmons for a gain of 2 maybe. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 3 from their own 27-yard line. You wonder if he's going to go for it this early in the game, but does look like they're running out. Liam Rubino, number 44, the punter. And so we'll try to switch the field here.
Let's get a good snap, good punt, and some good coverage.
Talked about Rubino on homecoming night the last time we had a home game. He's been out here all winter, all spring. He's been all offseason kicking the ball, punting. That ball does not come off the foot all too nice. That ball's going to go straight up and stay on the Lakeview side of the field. Just a 20-yard punt, and that's going to be down at the Husky 43-yard line. So great field position for the Blue Devils. Nothing's going right now for the Huskies.
Well, Lakeview's got to stop that counter trap play. They've hit them 3 or 4 times with that to the Lakeview left. Their end has got to squeeze. So that's one play I would be talking about if I'm coaching the defense. But they're basically a one-back formation team.
Lupo out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Ball's going to be handed to number 4. There we go. Nice play by the defensive line there. Gain of nothing. Number 60 for Lakeview in there on the tackle. Sabian Walker and a handful of Huskies. That's a good play.
That's a good job up front.
2nd and 10. Now you expect a pass. Now can your pass coverage make a play?
You know, keep contained. Keep contained.
Keep contained on this quarterback. He's rolled right. He's rolled left. In 2 games we've seen him play here at this Lakeview Stadium. Jack Lupo has thrown a lot of nice passes here. So
here's a reverse.
Reverse number 15.
At the top.
Lost contain. Number 15 going to bust that to the outside. He's got room. He's going to cut back at the 20. Going to cut back to the 10. Avoids getting touched, and he's into the end zone on that beautiful reverse play. There is a flag on the field. 2 flags.
I think they might call holding. I think our defensive back got held at the top by their tight end. Good call.
Nice play by Grosse Pointe South. He was able to get that outside edge after receiving the reverse, but maybe a holding. Maybe that holding gave him a little bit of room to the outside. Thankfully, this ball is going to come back. Nice run by number 10. Trey Grabowski, sorry, number 15, Sam Rulo. But that ball is going to come back after the holding call. Spot foul, 10 yards from the holding. It's a high-powered offense, huh, Jim?
Yeah, they got, you know, they can run it, they can throw it. They've got a quarterback that can run and throw. They've got skill receivers. They got a good athletic running back. They got, they got linemen that can block. So, yeah, there's some problems there.
Lupo from the Husky 46, looking left. Throws his ball deep, and somebody lost coverage.
Yeah, see, there's no excuse
Lupo
for that.
overthrows number 84, but somebody blew a coverage there.
That's a break.
Lupo looking for number 84, James Michelotti. Had him wide open on the left side and overshot him by a couple yards, or else that would have been another walk-in touchdown. Lakeview has struggled with the pass game this year. Coach Kalea relaying messages over here to his safety, number 37.
Well, they're rotating some players, keep some fresh bodies. Against this team, rushing the quarterback is going to wear on you. Klein's in the game. So you got 3rd and about 13. Let's contain the quarterback. Empty set. No backs in the backfield.
No backs. Lakeview rushing 4-man rush. Quick pass. Undershoots his man, number 15. Lupo throws it incomplete, and that's going to bring up their first 4th down, and they're on Lakeview's side of the field, so we'll see what Coach Hepner decides to do. Looks like he's going to jog out the punting unit, so good stop for Lakeview.
Yeah, helped out by the penalty, but we were held, but that's a good stop. You got to stop the run, Tony. Every down, we got to stop the run. Don't let him throw the bomb.
That first down play. Stopping that first down play is key. Sam Rouleau back to punt. Travis Kelly standing at his own 14-yard line. Rouleau with the punt. A little bit of pressure. Short punt going to bounce at about the 15. That's going to take a wonderful Grosse Pointe roll inside the 5-yard line and be downed at about the 3-yard line. Everything going right for the Blue Devils right now.
You know, Tony, the thing about what Lakeview runs on offense, you know, if you lose your starting quarterback, we don't ask our guy to do a lot. Hand the ball off, you know, carry out fakes, throw it a little bit. You know, it shouldn't hurt Lakeview that much. Just secure the ball, hand the ball off, carry out fakes, and they should have a chance.
Definitely a power run game. When they do decide to throw the ball, and they've only attempted to throw the ball 29 times this year in 6 games. If they get the protection, usually they have receivers open because so many guys are in the box. This ball's going to be ran off the left edge with number 20, Aiden Daniels. He's going to fight for maybe 2.
Yeah, they're running behind Tringali and Pizzo there. Pick up 2, yeah, but you got to get 3-4 yards.
Offensive line has a lot of juniors on the offensive line, a lot of promise for our next year. 16 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. It looks like Coach Street, Stimmick's still on the sideline. Talking to Coach Street, they're going to let this clock roll down and take this to the second quarter. After 1 quarter here, clock still ticking down to 0 seconds. Here it is. At the end of 1, it's Grosse Pointe South 14, Lakeview 0. Lakeview trying to go 95 yards to get back in this game. The MAC White is tough this year.
Yeah, Grosse Pointe South is they're a well-coached football team. They they're lined up defensively. They settled in on one front. They're in a 5-5-2 front with two hard corners outside of our tight ends. They're really not doing any stunting or anything. They have a plan to stop the Lakeview team. And then offensively, they're well coached. They have a good quarterback. They give you problems. They spread the field. They got guys that can catch. They got a good run game. And it's difficult to defend because they spread the field. They have the run game. They got guys that can catch it. But Lakeview's got to get they got to get a first down. Change the field position here.
Lakeview is used to some adversity. They've had a real tough schedule this year. They started their first 3 games on the road. Went out to Lapeer. Tough team, ranked team, played a MAC Red team. Some really tough games to start the year. Played Roseville, the second place team in their 3rd week. This is only the 2nd home game here on this brand new silver turf at Richard Black Stadium. And here we go, 2nd down and 8 from their own 5. Stimmick under center still.
There you
go. That ball is going to get loose.
There we go.
Eric Simmons finds that hole. He's at the 50. Nobody's going to catch him. Eric Simmons at the 20, the 10, a 95-yard touchdown. Eric Simmons. What a big play. What a big play, Jim. Woo! We needed that.
I think it was a trap, and there's some, that the thing about what Lakeview does on offense, they run one formation. But Coach Treat will do some things. He'll see what the team is doing defensively. He'll make adjustments. Occasionally they'll do what we call a false pull, have guys do things to confuse the defense. But I think it was a trap. I think you had a good block by Snell.
What a huge play.
And a nice run.
Alan Coles for the extra point. Will that ball get over? It looks like it got partially blocked because Coles usually rips it through. Might have got a finger on it, but it had just enough momentum to cross over the crossbar. 14-7. What a huge play. Grosse Pointe South is 6-0. You've had some troubles tonight. Everything's went their way. You're 2nd down and 5 from your own 5. Haven't really moved the ball a ton. And you hit a 95-yard run, and we're right back in this ball game.
Think about what Grosse Pointe South is doing defensively, though. They are really overcommitting. I mean, they've got 9 guys, within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. So, you break the linebackers, they're gone.
Eric Simmons came into the game with 528 yards. I don't have his current stats for this game, but that puts him over 100 yards for this game. He does have that speed that we've talked about on this broadcast before, that breakaway speed. He's probably the school's top track runner. So like you said, if he can break through that first level and make a move on the second level, he's probably going to take it to the house, and he did there.
Let's get some coverage. All right.
Coles.
Got a nice kick. So let's get a stop here now. Contain the quarterback. Stop the run.
Coles blast that ball through the end zone. So spot that ball at the 20. See if you can get another stop. Stack stops. They struggled last week to stop Lance Cruz on their homecoming night. Really struggled to stop Donovan Ray in the run game. But you start to feel momentum. You build off of some key plays. You believe a little bit more. So, Coach Treat, Coach Kalea, Coach Kedro, and this whole staff's not going to let them doubt themselves. And here we go. We got a 14-7 ball game with 11:45 in the second quarter.
Here's the first time they've come out with 2 backs in the backfield.
Yeah.
I backs. This is the first time we've seen this formation.
2 receivers left, 2 backs. Lupo's going to hand that on a straight power run off the right side, and it's an easy 12 yards. Didn't get touched till about 10 yards deep. And lead blocker just cleared the hole. And
you've got Klein playing a lot of football. He's playing both ways. Snell is working in both ways. You got the young guy in there. You talked about Xavier Walker doing a good job for a young sophomore in there. So this D-line is they're going up against a good offensive front for South. So here's same formation, I-backs.
Last week against Lance Cruz South, good stop there by number 60 and number 1, Travis Kelly. Last week against Lance Cruz, they were really able to hit that middle run, that power run right through the middle. I know Coach Glea was talking with his linebackers a lot about finding their keys. Got Corey Pendleton in there, middle linebacker. That's a run for 4 yards there on first down. That'll bring up second down and 6.
McCabe is another guy that really hasn't left the field, playing tight end on offense, and here he is at defensive end on defense. I-backs again.
Lupo toss left to Agnon. He's going to find a hole. Get past the chains. He's going to move the chains here. Gain of about 8. And he's out to the 45-yard line. Toss left.
Unbalanced formation there. They had 4 linemen to the Lakeview right. I don't know that Lakeview adjusted properly, but there was that's too much.
Grosse Pointe South comes out in this new formation, trying to maybe catch us off guard here, change things up a little bit. Some power runs. Again, they got 2 backs, 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right. Lupo under center from their own 45. Lupo's going to play action fake. Look for his tight end, number 97. 97, sorry. Decent throw, 97, just off his hands there. Looks like he should have maybe brought that ball in. Nice throw by Lupo, but incomplete pass to number 97.
Well, that's sometimes those are the kind of breaks you need to win a big football game like this. So yeah, he was wide open, and yeah, he was all one back the first couple series. Now he's all I backs this series. Now he's back to one back, quarterback and shotgun.
They've targeted senior tight end Cedar Rahani a few times. That ball's going to be a little misdirection play. Here comes number 5, Agnon, for about a gain of 5.
Yeah, that's that counter, pulling the backside guard. They've hurt Lakeview now 3 or 4 times with that play. Coach has got to get an answer to that play.
As a linebacker, what are you reading on a counter play?
Well, it's the defensive end's got to squeeze better. The defensive tackles, it's the whole defense plays a role in stopping that play. So here you got 4th and short now.
Lupo out of the shotgun, just a straight quarterback run off the left side. He gets about 3, maybe 4. We'll look at the spot. It'll bring up a huge 4th down and 1 from the Husky 46. Big play. Big play with 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 4th down. The dog pound over here to our right. Getting loud, trying to get this stop. Dog pound looking good in their purple tonight. A purple out here at Richard Black Stadium. 4th down and 1. Lupo under center. That ball's going to be handed off to the right side. A dive forward, power run, and number 35 picks up the first down.
Just a fullback dive. I tell you, these guys run a lot of different things. Defending South.
You've seen traps.
Traps,
counters, tosses, reverses.
And they do a decent job with all of it. A lot of times you like going against people that do a lot of things because they don't do anything real well. But these guys do a decent job of everything they've run so far.
Lakeview has to regroup. It's 1st down and 10. Big first down. Quick pass out to the left. Nice little jump cut there after catching the ball. To number 10 for Grosse Pointe South. Lupo.
That's a good tackle. That's a good tackle, though, in space.
Yeah, Grabowski's got loose a few times. Elusive. Brendan Johnson out there, number 0 in coverage.
Need the turnover now.
Lupo goes back to this shotgun. 1 running back to his left, 2 receivers to his left, 1 out right. Far out to the right. Brings a man in motion, swings it out to the man in motion. And he's got a blocker out in front of him. He's going to cut back, maybe lose a couple yards. Had the first down, but didn't extend for it. Went backwards, and he's going to be just short of a first down. Gain of about 4 off of that swing pass. Going to bring it up a 3rd and a long 1. Vince Vachon. Vince Vachon, after he catches that ball, he likes to get some yards after catch. Looked like he could have get that first down, but he stopped on a dime and tried to make an extra move. And now here's a 3rd down and 1. Lakeview could really use a tackle for a loss here. Aiden Daniels.
I-backs.
Defensive line's got to get set. Oh, they weren't ready. Let's see. Maybe we get lucky here.
Yeah, there you go.
While we were shifting, trying to match their strength.
I don't think they were lined up, Tony. I think they quarterback, they snapped it before everybody got set.
I trust your eyes there, Jim. See if you're right. Definitely going to help us out no matter what it is. But
And there you go.
Legal shift.
Against the Blue Devils.
5 yards.
The quarterback, the coach wants them to run to the line, quarterback sneak, run it fast before the defense gets lined up. But many times your team doesn't get lined up in time, and that's what happened here. So that's huge. That gives Lakeview a chance now. 3rd and 6.
Tackle for loss. Hey, a penalty for loss. That works too. 3rd down and 6. Lupo goes back out of shotgun, runs it right. Runs, nice tackle there by number 12. Number 12, it looked like Lupo might run through that tackle. Number 12, Oliver Kep, held on for dear life.
Okay, here's a long 4th and 2 now.
That brings up 4th down.
Get set. They're going to come out in eye backs and probably just power you in there. Got to get lined up.
Think you walk the linebackers up at all here?
Yeah, he probably cheat the backers up, and
they definitely are spreading them out. 3 receivers left, 1 right. And Lupo's going to run the ball left. Contain, trying to get out there. Number 20, Aiden Daniels trying to contain. They're going to throw this ball deep. And a beautiful throw and catch. They went for it all on 4th down and 2. And Lupo throws that ball left to Trey Grabowski. We were thinking run. Gave Lupo a little bit of room to roll left, and he threw it up, a nice back shoulder throw. You don't see that a lot in high school. Beautiful back shoulder throw. And
if I'm playing defense and the guy's going to roll out and throw a pass like that, I mean, it was a perfect throw to a big receiver. Kid was decently covered.
Yep.
But same old story. You get the quarterback contained where he can't get outside, it would have been a different story.
Well, Lakeview has Grosse Pointe at 4th down a couple times on that drive. Grosse Pointe was able to pick up the 4th downs on that last 4th down, not only pick it up, but punch it in for a touchdown on what was about a 25, 30-yard touchdown pass to number 10, Trey Grabowski. He has 2 touchdowns today. The score is 21-7, Grosse Pointe South over the Huskies with 6:14 to go. We were in this position a couple weeks ago, Jim. We were here at homecoming, myself and Matt Baranca was here with me, and we were down like this, and the crowd was a little bit quiet, but right before half, we put together a couple huge plays and scored right before halftime. You know, Coach Street is hoping to put together another drive here and maybe go into this half down to score.
Yeah, you'd like the best situation would be you got 6:14 left, would be a nice 6-minute drive. That's the best situation. It's great that Lakeview scored, but I'm sure Coach would have rather had a good long time possessing, refresh his defense. But let's see if we can get it going again.
Zappy's going to kick this ball deep. It's going to hang up a little bit. A little starburst action. Travis Kelly going to hand that ball off. Oh, man, had one more man to beat. Haven't seen that since week 1 against Lapeer. The starburst, Travis Kelly grabs that ball, turns and puts his back to the defense, hit a couple fakes, hands that ball to Logan Grubb, the second man through. Grubb almost broke that one. One guy.
They execute. Lakeview executes that well. It was well deceived, good concept, and give South credit.
You do wonder, you know you're going up against the top team in the MAC White. Are you going to try to pull out all the stops tonight? If you have a starburst, if you have a little trickery, granted you got a new quarterback. So, whatever it takes, you're 2-4. You're still you could win out.
Oh, no.
And here's some yellow hanky thrown from the near side.
Not what Lakeview wants.
You don't see too many pre-snap penalties in this offense.
False start against the Huskies.
And that's going to back us up 5. So not where you want to be. First down and 15 from the 22. Stimick runs over to the sideline to get his calls from Coach Threet. Got the new play clocks in each corner of the end zone. 15 on the play clock. Lakeview likes to use, not that the clock's running right now, but when things are going right, they like to use all those seconds wisely. Stimick under center, 3 backs, double tight. Now, you're a coach. Is that the counter or is that the trap?
Well, it's a counter. They pulled the
Pulled the-
backside. They tackle the tight end. I believe they pulled the backside tight end and guard. And we tried to run it to the Lakeview left.
And we had a nice.
But the south defense was stout to that side of the line. There was no movement there. You got to get movement.
Yeah.
From Tringali and Pizzo have got to try to get some movement there.
5:34 on the clock. 2nd down and 14. Tough position to be in. Got to get a chunk play here.
That's why the penalty is so tough.
Against a stout defense like this. Oh, and it happened again, it looks like. Oh, we got the timeout just before. Coach Street takes his first timeout. That'll be 5:20 on the clock. Going to talk it over. Knows this is a big play, a big possession. Definitely want to eat some clock here. Do whatever it takes to get a first down. Jim, you see our dog pound over there wearing all purple tonight for cancer awareness. Good cause tonight. Last October, Lakeview lost a dear teacher, Paul Goike. His wife was the Grand Marshal this year at our homecoming game. Wonderful woman, wonderful family, wonderful teacher. And a year later, we're still celebrating Paul Goike. And what do you think about the new stadium here, Jim?
No, it's beautiful. I live in the neighborhood, and I've watched it. I've watched this community, and great community, great support here tonight. I've watched them build this. I saw them build it from when they put the cement in, and it was just a slow process, but it's beautiful. It's first class. All the Lakeview teams are playing on a quality field. This press box is awesome. Everything's great here. The visitors have a lot of room now.
Absolutely.
Let's just get this offense going.
That's right. The silver turf, Matt Stimick from his own 22. Eric Simmons, is that ball on the ground? It's hard to see.
He got stuffed. They stopped it. It looked like another trap. And they're
loss of yards here. Loss of 2 there. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're at 3rd down and 17 or so, 3rd and 16. We'll see if Lakeview dares put one ball in the air. So far, it's been all runs tonight. Eric Simmons has been able to break 2 runs. 1 run for 25 yards, 1 for 95. But other than that, the run game's been hard sledding here, tough sledding. Stimick from his own 20 now. Going to keep this ball on the ground. Stimick's going to keep it himself. First time they're going to put the ball in Stimick's hands. Fake handoff, rolls left, and he gets taken down for a loss. So
yeah, that was the quarterback keep. That was a designed run, and the South kid did a good job defending that.
South has probably seen that on film several times with Gavin McKee keeping it.
Yeah, same play.
Hey, now this is important here. This is important from your punter. You're punting from, basically you're going to kick this ball from your own 5-yard line, between your goal line and your 5. I know he's got a big foot. The punt returner here is kind of creeping up on him. Beautiful night, 72 degrees. See if you can get a drive into this ball. Maybe punt it over his head. We got another timeout, Coach 3. Maybe they did run on their player. The punt team came on late. So instead of getting backed up, another 5. Coach 3 calls the second timeout.
Yeah, he didn't have all 11 out there initially.
The Lakeview soccer team.
So let's get a good snap, good punt.
I know coaches have been stressing special teams. They have given up a couple special teams big plays to their opponents this year. So I was watching practice last week. They were definitely practicing punt coverage. Liam Rubino is the punter.
Well, this is a great environment. A lot of people here.
Seating for about 2,000 on this side, about 500 for the visitors. Another packed crowd here on the Lakeview side. Beautiful night. You know, the weather changed the last few nights. It was kind of crisp. But here we are, October 11th, and it's 70-plus degrees. You're up here in shorts and a T-shirt,
Yeah, who'd think Game 7, you're still out here in T-shirts.
Beautiful. I'll take it. Here we go. Liam Rubino ready to punt. Back deep for Grosse Pointe South, Vince Vachon. 3:45 on the clock. We had a little clock issue here, and here, referee takes care of that. Let's see if Rubino can put that foot into it. The first one came off a little funny, but he, like I said, he's been out here 365 days a year, it feels like, kicking this ball. Winter time, in the rain, in the snow. Rubino gets this one up.
Good high kick.
That ball's going to take a gross point, bounce off to the left. Decent kick, lands at the 45, kicks back to about the 43. And Grosse Pointe South will take over in Husky territory. So, dangerous spot to be in here if you're a Lakeview Huskies fan.
Yeah.
You're only down 2 touchdowns, but Grosse Pointe South is knocking on the door here.
Yeah, 3 minutes, 3:36, 2 timeouts, so they can do just about anything here. They can run, pass, 42-yard line.
Wonder if I have any magic left. I called a turnover a couple weeks ago. Man, we could go for a turnover right here. Lupo out of the shotgun. Hand off to number 4. Gets some nice yards before he is met there by number 7, Grubb. Charlie Michelotti with a gain of about 7.
Counter tray, pulled the backside guard and tackle. That's one of their best plays.
Yeah.
Lakeview has really had a hard time stopping that.
It's never a good sign when the first contact is happening at 6-7 yards.
But, 3 minutes left. You can still run, pass. This is a difficult situation defensively.
There's that toss to the left off of some motion and no contain on that left side. And number 15 is just going to use his speed to creep up that left side and outrun everybody into the Lakeview end zone.
Yeah, I don't know why the Lakeview corner went inside that block.
Sam Rouleau with some good speed, and once he broke containment there and got outside even the cornerback, he goes untouched on a toss play to a sweep action, little toss play, and he's gone up the left side. So some things to talk about if you're the defensive coordinator. Too many big runs.
Yeah, Grosse Pointe South offensively has everything you don't want to have to defend. I mean, they've got big, strong, athletic offensive linemen, tough running backs, receivers that can catch, quarterbacks that can run and throw.
Punching that extra point, 28-7. Grosse Pointe South has this lead. So if you're going to try to build some momentum here, you hope to get a big play. Lakeview has been a big play offense at times. No Terrell McCurdy tonight. He's been another running back. He has 489 yards on the season. He's broken some big runs in the last several weeks. So after a tough first 3 games, Lakeview's offense really has been a full tilt for the last few weeks. Scoring, have a lot of scoring drives. But here they are going up against the number 1 team in the MAC White. So this is a battle. It's a battle. Only down 3. There is still plenty of time. And there's 2:52 to work with before halftime. Let's see if Lakeview, with only 1 timeout, can put a drive together.
Yeah, Lakeview's had really 2 big plays offensively. The rest of it has been a struggle.
You wonder if they ever go play action and try to hit Grubb deep, who's usually their main target in the pass game. Zappy's going to kick this ball from his own 40. Ball's going to be taken by Grubb at his own 5. And great coverage by Grosse Pointe South. That ball's going to come right back out to the 20. So again, an 80-yard field to work with. Sometimes that's where Simmons does his best work, especially in times where Lakeview needs a big play. Simmons has been known to break one. Let's see if we can pull one off here. We do have 2:33 left in the first half.
South really hasn't changed at all what they're doing defensively. They loosen up the corners a little bit. These 2 outside guys in the 3rd and long, but for the most part, their front hasn't changed.
Stimick with the handoff to Daniels. Daniels is a power runner, breaks a lot of tackles. Very strong, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage here. So, haven't thrown a pass. Jim, I know you got a new quarterback, and your run is your bread and butter. If you dare pass this ball, and kind of open up your offense with your secondary quarterback. And
well, they have the offense has some real low risk flat passes that come off of some of their best run plays. They had him keep the ball the last series, and he got drilled for a loss there. But it's in the package. It's in the pass is in what they do. They just haven't done it yet.
yeah,
I don't know how much confidence he has, or coach wants to get out of this half. Trying to throw from their 25-yard line.
Grosse Pointe South still has 2 timeouts left. Quarterback Matt Stimmick, former student of mine, huge Michigan Wolverine fan, huge J.J. McCarthy fan. So I know he's got some of that style in him, that J.J. McCarthy style. Here we go, but it's 3 backs. This ball's going to be handed off to Grubb. Runs it off the left side, and he runs out of bounds. It looks like that's going to stop the clock.
Well, that was a counter, something different to the right half.
Short gain. We do have a Husky down. So Grubb gets his first carry and is able to gain a couple yards. It's going to bring about a big 3rd down and 7 play when we come back from this injury timeout. See if we can get a number on which Husky is down. Lakeview's been battling injuries the last few. They're out 4 or 5 key players for this game. Next man up mentality.
Yeah, coach does a good job of getting guys ready to go, getting your backups ready. A lot of coaches talk about next man up, but you have to prepare them. And I think coach does a good job of always having the next guys ready to go, both sides of the ball.
So before the game, we were talking. You said you coached 25 years, Jim. Where did you coach?
I coached at Ypsilanti High School as an assistant. I coached 1 year at Warren Woods Tower where Coach Threet was a player. That's how I know Coach Threet from way back.
Oh, I got to stop you there then. What do you remember about Coach Threet?
Coach was a good player, boy. He was a linebacker center. Coach was the kind of guy. Coach would say, well, we need a guy to play center, or we need a guy to play guard, or whatever you need, Coach. He wasn't the kind of guy to, I only play running back, or I only play tight end, or Coach was a team guy. He was a good player, though, 2-way player.
No, he wore number 55. I know that because he showed me his highlight tape. I don't know if you've ever seen his highlight tape. I am married to his sister. She's sitting next to me. Martha Savali, she's next to me in the booths doing a little spotting for us. But Coach Threet, my brother-in-law, I love him dearly. He's a great coach. And I know he was a 2-way player at Warren Woods Tower. And he speaks very highly of Coach Scarcelli up here in the box. And if you ever have any Coach Threet stories, you just throw them out there. Huge 3rd down play, trying to run some clock here. 3rd down and 7 for the Huskies from their own 23-yard line. And there's that run up the middle. Nice hole there for Simmons, able to get 3 or 4. Simmons seems to be the guy that is able to get some yards here. He's probably our best running option. 4th down and 5 from deep in your own territory. Grosse Pointe South will call their 2nd timeout.
But you just can't have negative plays or penalties. Here we are, 4th and 4. You don't have the negative play on 1st down or the penalty. You have a chance.
We talked about, with about 6 minutes left, having a 6-minute drive, but a couple drives have stalled out here, and it looks like Rubino is going to run in and maybe punt this ball. We'll see. See if Coach Threet has anything tricky up his sleeve. I've been watching Coach Threet coach many years here. A lot of trickery, some fake punts, some onside kicks.
I think 4th and 1,
yeah,
possibly, 30-yard line, but this is too much. He's got to punt this.
Absolutely. See if Rubino can get a hold of one here.
Liam Rubino keeps punting for the Huskies.
2:05 on the clock.
Keyshawn back deep for the
Clock
Blue
will
Devils.
start on the snap. 25-yard line, going to kick this ball back to Grosse Pointe South.
Uh-oh.
And there's the fake. And they found him. Grubb. I told you,
Wow.
this guy, he's like a, ever since, he's our own Dan Campbell.
Aiden Daniels
I was going to
passed
say,
up
they looked like they were in a
Logan
different
Grubb.
punt formation.
That's gonna be enough for
They
the
had,
Huskies. First down.
They had two guys split out to the top, to the right, and two guys split to the left, and he threw it to the slot on the Lakeview left side. It was a good throw by
Yeah.
the
That was Aiden Daniels to Logan Grubb.
well, it was a good throw by your. Is he a fullback? What does Daniels play?
He plays one of the running back positions. He's a good basketball player. He's just all around good athlete. I was wondering if they were doing a little showmanship on the sideline. Really, Liam Rubino was really stretching out his leg, like he was going to punt this ball, get warmed up for the punt. And then he came out and did not punt. Well, now we have a chance to maybe put some points on the board. There is 1:15. That run didn't go for anything there. We got 2nd down and 9. Minute 12 on the clock. Lakeview has one timeout to work with. And somebody's calling a timeout here. We have a down Husky.
That was another trap. After hitting South with a couple traps early, they've done a good job of defending it. Their defensive front is got some size, some good-looking athletes. They're hard to move, and they're doing a good job against this Husky offense.
Training staff looking at one of our Huskies, Damien out there. Does a great job with our boys. Kyle McCabe comes off a little gingerly.
See, he's a two-way guy. That really hurts. He's the starting tight end, and he's playing a lot on defense.
Walks out off under his own power. Hopefully Kyle McCabe is okay. Looks like he's gonna hold in his midsection there a little bit. But he is gonna join his teammates here on the sideline. Damien's talking to a couple guys who have some injury concerns. Back to the action, Stimick, 2nd and 9 from his own 45. This ball's gonna go to Eric Simmons, trying to find a hole, dancing there.
Eric Simmons on the
Gonna just cross the line of scrimmage, gain 2. Clock at 38 seconds.
Davis Leno on the stop.
Yeah, Lakeview coach will not give up on the trap. Even though they defend it, and then boom, you hit it for 90 yards. I mean, you have to run what you believe in, and that's what coach believes. They don't have a ton of plays on offense. They run what they run, but just because the team stopped it 2-3 times doesn't mean they're going to stop it forever. So he went back to the trap, and they defended it that time.
10 seconds on the clock. Let's see if Lakeview tries one last play. They do. They're going to hand this ball to Simmons
Eric Simmons
on that trap look. And he's able to get a yard or two, but that's going to take us to halftime. So a couple big runs by Eric Simmons. 95-yard run is probably the highlight for the Huskies, maybe the highlight of the game. Grosse Pointe South with a pretty stout offense has put together 3 drives and scored a defensive touchdown on a scoop and score. That brings the score to 28-7. Coach, as we go into halftime, what would you be telling your players there? Just
to stay positive, keep fighting. Obviously, try to keep your team believing they can compete. They've got to get some answers to what South is doing on defense. There's got to be something there. But they haven't changed their front at all. South has stayed in that 5-2 look. Basically 9 guys within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. The coach has got to try to get an answer there for that. And then obviously, South is doing a lot of things on offense. A lot of formations, 2 backs, 1 back, throwing it, running. So, there's no one thing that is really hurting us on defense. There's a lot of things. So,
well, it's 28-7. We're going to enjoy these halftime festivities. We got the dance team, we got the marching band. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second half. We're back from halftime, where Lakeview will be kicking off to Grosse Pointe South, down 28-7. looking to put together a good second half and try to get back in this ball game. Alan Cole's kicking out from his own 40. A little placement kick, taking it there, own 18. Here's Vashon running right, breaking tackles. There's a flag down. He's finding the hole. Gets clipped there by that's by the kicker. The kicker's going to take him down at about the 40-yard line. We do have some laundry down in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a block in the back or a hold. But you had good coverage by the Huskies. Okay, it's against Grosse Pointe South, so they'll start in some poor field position. But, you know, we listened. We were able to go into the school, and we heard Coach talk to the team. Kids are fired up. Kids are committed. They're gonna battle here in the second half. Coach is making adjustments. So let's see how it plays out.
This is week number 7. Lakeview is 2-4 in the MAC, 2-4 overall record. Grosse Pointe South 6-0. Lakeview's got a tough battle next week. They end the year with a bunch of home games here. Tonight, home against Grosse Pointe South. Next week, home against Eisenhower. And they finish it at home against the rival Lakeshore. So some big games coming up, but this one's on their mind right now. Grosse Pointe, after that penalty, will start inside their own 15. Lupo pumps right, rolls left, running left, going to tuck this ball. Good pursuit there, breaks a tackle, gets a good block. Lupo going to bring this ball up to the left side, break another tackle. He's crossed the 50, finally gets shoved out by Christian Ruthenberg.
Same story, Tony. You got to contain the quarterback. You got to stop the run, contain the quarterback. Don't let him throw the bomb. Because this kid's an athlete. You've got to honor his ability to run.
Pumped right, ran left, 40 yards up the left sideline, had a couple shots at him. For a quarterback, breaking tackles. So, huge play to start the first half. Grosse Pointe South from the Husky 44, first down and 10. Lupo swings that ball right, little screen pass out to Vashon. Breaking tackles. Across the 40. A lot of yards after contact, Coach.
Yeah, just a little hitch pass there, trips formation. You know, it ends up being like a run play, but they block it, and you get a guy in space. You know, it's tough tackling people in space. He's a good athlete.
Senior quarterback, senior receiver, senior running back leading the way here for the Blue Devils. Huskies trying to get a stop here. Second down and 5 from the Husky 39. 2 receivers left, one to the right, one in the backfield. Lupo, play action, looking deep, looking for his man 1, wide open. Overshoots him by a yard. Vince Vashon, a weapon in the backfield, a weapon out of the backfield. He got behind the secondary there, Coach.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. They got a lot of speed. Grosse Pointe South has a lot of team speed. They spread the field. They give you a lot of formations, just a little overthrown.
A lot of time to throw the ball.
Coach is up 21 at South, and he's going to work on his pass game and try to get his team better.
They'll bring up a third down and 5. Lakeview could really use a big play here. Needs some push into this backfield.
Quarterback keep.
Lupo on the keeper. Tons of room. Splits the defense. Ruthenberg on the chase. He's going to run through that arm tackle at the 3-yard line. And Lupo takes this ball 39 yards into the end zone for a quarterback run. Good play action fake, kept the ball, pulled it down himself, a little option run, little quarterback option. Next thing you know, he's out in the backfield, or past the secondary, and Ruthenberg gave chase, but another touchdown for the Blue Devils.
Well, they call that the RPO, run pass option. It's, the quarterback is reading that defensive end, and he's filled down on the running back, and so there's no one on the quarterback, and he just read it and kept it.
That extra point is going to squeak through and bring the score to 35-7. You said it, Coach, earlier. This team has a lot of different looks. Talking some football, I've heard you say trap. I've heard you say counter. I've heard you see a toss play, a reverse, a sweep, screen pass, and there with the run pass option. So
A lot, like I said, Tony, this is a good team because they do a lot of things, but they do them well.
yeah,
You like as a coach to go against people that do a lot of things, but don't do a lot of things well. Like Coach Threet believes offensively obviously he just runs one formation. He wants to do a great job at the one formation and be good at what they do. There's a lot of different philosophies coaches take. But, Grosse Pointe South has speed at quarterback. They've got speed at receiver, running back. They've got some athletes.
they've been at the top of the MAC White for several years. They've won this championship several years in a row. And you're seeing why. Lakeview's got some tough games coming up in the future. Still a lot of time in this game, but would like to build some confidence, have some momentum going into a tough game next week against Eisenhower. Let's see if we can put a drive together. Zappy going to kick this ball. 3 men deep. Grubb, Kelly, Johnson standing inside their own 10. This ball is going to be fielded by Johnson at the 12. He drops it, picks it right up. He's got a hole. Runs hard over the 30-yard line. Good hard run there by Brennan Johnson, number 0.
Well, we heard Coach and his staff going over some things that South was doing on defense. So let's see what the adjustments are. If they found out, have some answers to moving the ball against this South defense.
Matt Stimmick is in still, filling in for the injured Gavin McKee. Junior quarterback Gavin McKee went down last week in the 4th quarter with a head injury. He's in concussion protocol. He's here in his jersey and sweatpants on the sideline, rooting his team on. Same with Terrell McCurdy, one of the better running backs on this team. That ball's going to be handed off to the right, off the right edge. Jason Messenger.
Jason Messenger on the carry.
Good speed from Messenger, trying to get to that edge. He is a track guy. Good gain there. There you go. There's a chunk play. 7 yards for Jason Messenger.
Yeah, that's what the Huskies need on first down. There you go. 7 yards, 6 yards, 4 yards. Give us a chance. Nice job by Kyle McCabe and Kubiak there blocking on this right side.
Stimmick from his own 39.
Now they hit him with
there's Simmons.
There's the trap.
There's the hole. There's the breakaway. And being chased, but there is the Eric Simmons touchdown. Great blocking up front. Huge hole through the middle. Eric Simmons is going to take that 51 yards for the second long touchdown run for Simmons and the Huskies. So right when you think they're out of it, the Huskies hit another huge play, 51 yards from Eric Simmons. That brings the score to 35-13. So Coach talked a little bit at halftime about executing offensively, and 2 plays into their first offensive drive.
Yeah, it makes you think that the coaches did something. They figured something out because the first play was a nice 7-yard run, and then we hit them with the trap for a touchdown. And the trap is you're gonna play Lakeview. You're gonna see the fullback trap. And that was a nice job by Klein, left guard pulling and trapping there. Nice job by Bobby Clark and Snell. Trying to get some answers to block that south front.
The extra point is through, 35-14, with 10:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Cheerleaders trying to get the fans into the game. Coach Kluge and the cheer team. Coach Kluge, longtime coach over at Roseville, first-year cheerleader, leading coach here. She does a great job. Got the Halloween music playing in the background. Let's make a spooky comeback here.
Well, you rip them on first down with that off tackle play, and then you get the defense thinking outside, and then coach hit them back with the trap. So that really puts the defense in conflict. You can get your outside off tackle play going, then the trap, and then now you got something going.
See if Lakeview's kicked quite a few onside kicks in the last 2 weeks. Different styles of onside kick. Looks like Grosse Pointe South is ready for it. A lot of men up at the 50. Little pooch kick. Lands at the 25. Picked up by Vashon at his 25. He's going to run hard. Gets stacked up at the 35, driven backwards. A little fire here from the Huskies. A lot of gang tackling there.
Well, we heard him in there at halftime. Coach had the guys fired up. They were down, but you know, but they you sensed an enthusiasm there.
You could see it in that tackle. Hopefully, it inspires here. Got to stop this high-powered offense. A stop would go a long way in building some confidence. Nick Dix out there at defensive end.
Empty formation, going in the back, just a quarterback in the backfield.
5 receivers, 4-man rush here. Nick Dix comes in. Good pressure by Nick Dix. He comes in unblocked from that right edge. Forces Lupo to throw a quick ball at his receiver's feet. That's an incomplete pass. So against a high-powered offense, you know, you're looking for stops here. Looking for great plays. Now can you put 2 good plays together? 2nd down and 10. Bringing in 4 subs here.
Yeah, South has made some changes too offensively. They got a different quarterback in there. I know that's the same guy.
Still Lupo. Lakeview trying to match up with the Grosse Pointe South front. That ball's going to be handed to number 4. He's going to bounce it to the outside. He's going to find a few holes. Bounce it again to the outside. Cross midfield for a Grosse Pointe South first down. That's Charlie Michelotti with a good run.
Yeah, let the
First
ball.
down.
2 backs in the backfield. Can't let the ball outside the defense. Just a basic inside run play. The back bounce it outside.
Takes the ball in the territory. First down and 10.
9:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. Grosse Pointe South using some clock here.
Eye backs.
2 backs, 2 receivers. Lupo hands his ball off to, I believe it's Sean. He follows his lead blocker right through the heart of the Lakeview defense. That's going to be a nice gain of 5 there for the Devils.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah,
Second down and 5.
South is winning the line of scrimmage. They're getting some movement there.
Kind of opens up the playbook here when you're 2nd and 5. Will they run the ball? Maybe that play action. Lakeview creeping up. They are going to run a dive right up the middle for about 5 or 6. Move the chains. That's another first down for the Blue Devils.
Straight dive to the fullback there out of the I formation.
Kingston Dix on the stop.
Again, I'm impressed with Grosse Pointe South offensively. They do a lot of different things, which gives the defensive coach trouble just adjusting and understanding all the different formations and the things they do, and then they execute at a pretty high level. And then with the quarterback that can run, receivers that can catch, running backs that can run the ball.
Somebody at Lakeview's got to strip a ball here, punch one out, get a deflection. Lupo back to pass, got some pressure on him, has to rush his throw. And a beautiful breakup by number 7, Logan Grubb. What a good throw. And it was in the hands of number 15, Sam Rouleau. It looked like that was going to be a miracle throw, miracle catch. But Logan Grubb, right up through the hands of the receiver, incomplete pass. Good play by Logan Grubb.
Yeah, we had some pressure finally.
Still threw a beautiful ball, though.
Yeah, he got drilled, and Huskies had some pressure on him.
Lakeview running on defenders late. Got 11 guys out there, counted them real quick. Lupo, here's that reverse play. Good contain this time. Tries to cut it back up the middle. Good job out there on that left side by the defense to make him cut that ball back up. Not going to get fooled twice.
Kingston Dix with a
tackle.
Gain of 4.
Good job.
Kingston Dix on the tackle. Third play. Chris Kopke up here, the PA announcer, trying to get the dog pound into the game. Grosse Pointe hasn't been in third down and long very often tonight. Here they are, 3rd down and 7. See if we can get some more pressure on Lupo. Lakeview, 4 down linemen, rushing 5. quick pass out to the right. Gets a good block. And he's going to cross the markers and pick up a first down. Good block from his inside receiver. That was just a quick wide receiver screen. And another Grosse Pointe South first down.
Yeah, Lupo does a good job throwing that quick bubble, quick hitch pass out there.
So Lakeview making Grosse Pointe South work on this drive. They are picking up first downs, so here they are, first down and 10 from the Lakeview 22-yard line. Lupo out of the shotgun, brings number 15 in motion, fakes the toss, hands the ball to number 4 up the middle, gets a chunk, gets 5 yards there. A lot of deception there, pulling linebackers.
Yeah, that's the counter tray. They pull the backside guard and tackle. Better than in the first half. I'm sure Coach talked about that play because they ripped Lakeview pretty good with that in the first half. So a little better adjustment there.
You know, you look at Lakeview's defensive linemen, not maybe your stereotypical linemen. These guys work really hard in that line, trying to get some pressure on Lupo. Wide open receiver out there. He's going to catch his ball and dive in for a touchdown. Number 97, the tight end, catches that ball at about the 12-yard line, runs up the right side, dives over. We do have a flag down on the play, wide open, and an easy run-in for number 97, but we'll see what the call is here. As of right now, that's Rahani with a touchdown, but it does look like Grosse Pointe South is walking backwards. It's a lucky break here for Lakeview. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul against the Blue Devils.
Personal foul on the Blue Devils. Not exactly sure what it was, but I do know that's going to back them up 15. And that was a beautiful play by Grosse Pointe South. And it's going to all be for naught. Lakeview's got to cash in on this break. Instead of putting another touchdown now, Lakeview or Grosse Pointe South is sitting at 2nd and 20 from outside the 30-yard line. Lupo, fake handoff. Oh, he throws a beautiful pass, but number 97 has had some trouble tonight. Cedar Rahani, third time we've seen that ball go off his hands and hit the turf. It's a little tight end dump, and Lakeview's catching some breaks.
Yeah, this I'm impressed with Lupo. He's an accurate passer. He's an athletic kid. I wonder if anybody's recruiting him. I'm not quite sure how tall he is, but he is an athlete. He's a senior, and he's an athlete. He throws an accurate pass.
Let's see what
you better know where number 1 is.
Right, 3rd down and 20 with this offense. I have a feeling you're going to see this ball go in the air for about 20 yards. A lot of time for Lupo. He's got all the time in the world in the pocket.
He's looking for number 1.
And here he finds number 1, Vachon, coming long crossing route. So much time to develop. And he does catch his ball, and it's going to be very close. Too much time.
The kid throws a strike.
Had time to survey all his options and went to Vachon. Needed 21 yards. Gets 20. On the 20-yard in route from Vince Vachon. Lakeview's had Grosse Pointe South for 4th down and change a few times tonight. Here comes that
unbalanced run to the line.
Lakeview was running on a defender late. Grosse Pointe South looked like they were going to rush up to the line, probably do another quarterback sneak.
They had an unbalanced formation. They're trying to run to the line with an unbalanced formation and try to get the defense not lined up properly. And coach saw it. Maybe he didn't think his defense was lined up. But teams will do that to run to the line and try to get you out, miss the line.
It was a unique situation in 4th and 1. I was mentioning earlier the defensive line for the Huskies. Maybe not your stereotypical line. You don't have a bunch of 250-pounders on there. You got guys who've been working out in the weight room. They're strong. They're put together. But you don't have a huge nose tackle or huge guards here, or huge defensive tackles or huge nose guards. So we'll see if Grosse Pointe South goes with that old-fashioned NFL tush-push here. Lupo, here they go. Going to try to hit. Oh, he's wide open. That's the 2nd time tonight that Grosse Pointe South has taken a fourth down and short, typical run play, and they've decided forget the run and let's throw this ball, and then they catch everybody off guard for the second time, wide open in the end zone. It was number
losing contain of the
81.
quarterback has been a real problem for Lakeview tonight. It's hurt him in a lot of ways. But this kid's hard to contain. He's a fast, athletic kid.
They trust his judgment. Most teams would hand that ball off and fight hard to try to get that first down, but that's the second time on fourth down that they put the ball in the air. Both times they've been rewarded with a touchdown. And Grosse Pointe South puts the extra point through to go back up. What is that? 28 points. 42-14. 42-14 with 5:16 to go in the third quarter. It's having similar to last week. Last week, Lakeview was able to move the ball. Actually, they moved the ball really well last week. Lakeview had many scoring drives. They were able to get over 300 yards on the ground and just had struggles stopping Lance Cruz in their homecoming game. Tonight, hopefully this offense gets moving, but got to get some stops against a high-powered offense. Got some more tough teams coming in. So Coach Kalea talking to Coach Lovett here on the sideline, trying to draw something up. Lakeview's going to keep fighting, try to build some momentum for next week.
The first drive was, 2 plays, touchdown. So they figured something out.
See if we can get another touchdown here. Matching touchdown for touchdown. Got to get some stops. But see if they'll go to that starburst look again. We'd love to see a big run back out of this kick return game. Here at the high school level, it's still old school kick returns. Kicking off from the 40. Now, like the NFL has changed the rules, we still got the old school kickoff rules here, so maybe we can get a big run here out of this special teams unit.
Yeah, in order to run the starburst, you need the ball kicked
not there.
Right at the middle back there. It's hard to do it with that kind of a kick.
Got to catch it clean. Johnson struggles to catch that ball, try to catch it up over his head, off the fingertips. Didn't go to the end zone. Had to scoop it up from the 1-yard line, and that's a tough sled in there. And going to start this ball, I think, from their own 10 or 11. So, hey, just where Eric Simmons likes it. And about that. Likes to run long distances here. So let's see if Lakeview can put a drive together. There's 4:59 on the clock. Stimmick's still under center, doing an admirable job tonight from him and some of the backup players who are in for injury. Working hard out there. Still in that 3-back set. Double tight.
That's Coach calls that his 46 power play there. That's
46 power.
That's what they had the first down 7-yard run last series.
Would love to see Jason Messenger break one. He has speed similar to Eric Simmons. Got stacked up there after a gain of 1. Connor Kubiak on the line. Trying to run behind Connor Kubiak. This ball is going to go to Simmons again. He's going to get grabbed around the shoulder pads and yanked backwards after a gain of 3.
That was the trap they hit the touchdown on. South defended at that time, but still Huskies picked up 3-4 yards.
Yeah, 3 or 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Big play for a Lakeview offense. You have a feeling if they can get 3 yards here, they'll probably go for it on 4th down. Got to keep this ball moving in the right direction. Grosse Pointe South walking a lot of defenders into that box. Lakeview yet to throw a pass tonight. Kept this ball on the ground all night. Eric Simmons off the right edge. He's going to bounce this one out. Going to try to cut it back, bounce it out again. Little hesitation from Eric Simmons. Maybe a little bit indecisive there. And then number 6, Henry Demzalski, closes on the tackle. Is that one of those plays where you just got to get some yards, huh?
Yeah, now you got a flag here.
He had an opportunity to gain 1 or 2 and fight for maybe a yard after carry, but
It
Tried
looks
to
like,
keep
I don't know
bouncing
if
it.
he's giving Coach Street a flag for being on the field.
Coach Street, very calm demeanor, but him and the referee are face to face here. Flag was thrown by the referee. You don't see Coach Street hot very often, so I've asked him to be hot before. I talked to him a lot over dinner. I said, man, I don't know how you keep your cool all the time, but here he's upset about something on that play. He's going to throw another flag. You don't see referees lose their cool that much either.
Sideline warning against the Huskies.
So he threw the initial one on Coach Street, and then Coach responded. Apparently, we've got 2 penalties now.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Huskies.
I don't know if he gave him a warning the first, a lot of times the ref will give you a warning.
Yeah, that was a heated exchange. Felt more like a baseball game almost with the home plate umpire, but Coach Street, that's maybe the first penalty I've ever seen thrown on Coach Street. I'll talk to him later, and I'll try to get in.
Well, I don't know.
Once he cools down, I'll have to.
Yeah, you don't want to get thrown out of a game because I don't know that they. I think in high school they have the same rule. If you get thrown out, you can't.
Yeah.
Second, I don't know if it's the whole half.
He'll calm down. I know he will, but something has him going on that tackle, or maybe a missed call that he's complaining about, and referee was giving it back to him, and whatever it was, it's 4th down and 10, and we're back in the punting formation from our own end zone. So that play definitely hurts. Penalty hurts. Rubino fumbles the snap. He's gonna get the punt off while getting drilled. This ball's gonna go straight up, land on the 10, and be down at the 11. And it's
I don't know if he touched the ball, or there should have been roughing unless he touched the ball.
They're talking about it.
They must have thought it was tipped.
Talking about it, and no flags on this play. Referee showing gross point ball. Maybe because he ran out of the pocket with the ball. He wasn't, he became a runner, but he did get that punt off, and he did get shoved in the chest at the same time. So there was definitely contact with the punter. Punt didn't go far, get down at the 11-yard line. And Grosse Pointe South is going to take over right here on their 11. Lupo with 2 backs. And that ball is going to go to number 5. Good tackle by number 57.
Agnon on the carry.
Get the name here, number 57 on that tackle.
Back to the I-back formations, back to the I-backs. They've had success with that too. Fullback, tailback. Pretty much been a running formation. They haven't really thrown much from it.
Tough to stop this offense, especially when they're starting their own 11. They had 1 scoop and scored tonight. So almost like a turnover there. A muffed punt, drop punt, 10-yard punt, and Lupo with the offense trying this power run. Good play there again by the Lakeview defense, not giving up much on that right side. Again, Xavier Walker and Lorian Bale and Nick Dix over there. 3rd down and 6.
On the play. It's 3rd down.
From the Lakeview 7-yard line.
I'm impressed with the young sophomore in there, Walker. He's a tough kid. He's playing 3 technique over the defensive tackle for the Huskies.
Yeah. He might be your stereotypical defensive lineman. Big kid. And here we go. We get a little out route to the fullback there, and another easy pitch and catch. Just a lot of receivers running routes. Lupo does a great job of deciding who's open, making quick decisions, and putting it on the money. And there was a catch at the 2-yard line, dives over the goal line for another Grosse Pointe South touchdown. So you blink and they score here. Yeah, tough punt there. And Grosse Pointe South capitalizes. And this is to put them up 35 points here in the second half. Number 12 on the kick. Wes Roberts puts it through.
The kick is good.
So Coach Street has his work cut out for him. Got to keep the boys. We know we got some tough games coming up next week against Eisenhower. Finish the year off against your rival Lakeshore. So talking to the special teams unit, trying to keep their spirits up. He's always done a good job with that. You probably, in 25 years, you've probably been on your side, on each side of having big wins, big losses.
Yeah, Coach is, that's the challenge for Coach Street is just to keep your team mentally tough and keep your team together. Game 7 now, looking like it's going to be a 2-5 team going into the last 2 weeks. So it's just, keep your team together, try to keep battling. And at the same time, you're thinking about trying to develop something for the following year too. Get some young guys playing.
See if we can put a drive together.
Johnson, Kelly, and Grubb back deep for Huskies.
A trio of Kelly, Grubb, and Johnson deep here. See if we can feel this ball clean. Everything counts here. Catching the ball clean. Nice scoop there by Grubb. Not much blocking for him. Pursued down at the 20-yard line.
Josh Szymanski.
Got a big Powder Puff game coming up, Jim. We got Powder Puff coming up this week. Girls seniors versus girls juniors. Monday night game here at Richard Black Stadium.
That's always been a big thing here at Lakeview. Yeah, I've seen the crowds here. Yeah, that goes way back.
Yeah, we got a huge crowd coming out on Monday. It's the warm-up game for then we play. I say we because I coach the senior team. So Monday night the seniors play the juniors, and then next Tuesday we take on the rival Lakeshore Shorians in a girls Powder Puff game. Stimmick fumbles the snap. He looks like he falls on it. And so while I'm talking Powder Puff here, here's the real action out here. And fumbled snap. So
I tell you, I got to say this. I'm looking. I've been around high school football a long time, and the Lakeview fans are respectable. We're down, but they're hanging in there. They're keeping the faith. I don't see any parents out of control. So I think that just says a lot about the community and the kind of kids we have here, and I think it's something to be proud of.
It's a hard-working group. They've had a lot of success in the last several years. Been a playoff team. Don't quote me on this. I think we've made the playoffs the last 5 or 6 years in a row. So this year, I know that they're at hopes and aspirations to make playoffs. A very tough schedule this year. Starting with the very first week when they went out to Lapeer. Usually take on a team that's more local, but they challenged themselves, took on Lapeer, went to Chippewa Valley, a MAC Red team, took on a high-powered Roseville team. So it was a tough start all on the road. Won a couple games back-to-back, and then entered the gauntlet again last week as they went to L'Anse Creuse, Grosse Pointe South, Eisenhower. So if anything, these guys are getting ready to finish the season and be prepared for next year as well. A lot of these juniors. That last run takes us to the end of the third quarter. Jim, I've been told we're on live. We're live camera over here. If you want to say hello to the camera, you're a St. Clair Shores resident. Speak to your people there.
All right, go Husky, boy. Believe in Coach Street and this staff. We're having a rough night tonight, but they're going to get things turned around.
Looking good here in the booth. This is our new booth. This all got installed over the summer, so here you got a live look inside the new press box. Chris Kopke on the PA, our official down there working the play clock, and the music. People are still having a good time. The music's playing. There's nothing like high school football on a Friday night. You've been in.
This is a great environment. Everything's positive. People are positive. Just cheering on their team.
Great way to spend a Friday night. How about a play here? That ball is somewhere.
Trap.
I love it.
Fullback trap.
I love it. Sometimes when I can't tell where the ball is, that's when we hit the best plays. Got to maybe look at this monitor. Brendan Johnson with the carry, and he busts through the hole up the gut for about 15.
Yeah, that's been the best play for the Huskies. Been 2 touchdowns and a good long run there. Again, like I said, they'll stop it 6-8 times in a row, and then boom, you're going to hit it. Can't give up on it.
Staying true to this formation. 3 backs. Dimmick under center. Eric Simmons. Flag goes flying. Flag goes flying. Flags everywhere.
Eric Simmons on the carry.
Nothing on the game. Nothing on the run. No gain. Flag from the backfield. Flag from the back judge. Flag from the referee. So we might have a couple fouls here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Blue Devils.
Penalty against Grosse Pointe South. Sportsmanlike conduct's going to move that ball 15 yards and help us move the chains. So, ball's on the other side of the 50. Stimmick still getting his plays from Coach 3. Clark's Lakeview wearing the Lakeview blue on this silver turf, right on the Husky head at midfield. Stimmick with a handoff up the middle.
Trap again.
Trap. A lot of guys in the box. Blocking is key. I've heard Coach 3 all summer talking about those pulling guards and the deception and all the keys that the linemen get. You rely so much on your linemen when you're running this tight formation.
Yeah, you want to have your backs carry out their fakes, their quarterback. Yeah, deception is a big part of this offense. You've got 3 backs. You got your quarterback faking, the backs faking. Like South has not changed any personnel. They have not played any backup kids on defense, even though they're up 35.
You were talking earlier about this ball's going to go to Simmons. He's going to find a hole. He's going to get a nice little chunk there. You were talking earlier about how Coach Threed and his staff have traveled to other schools and really studied this offense. I know he's been doing that for the last decade, and it really seems to work here in Macomb County. Had a lot of success on the ground. Have you ever had to defend an offense like this?
Yeah, this is tough to defend if the coaches know what they're doing, the players know how to block it. South has done a good job of understanding what Lakeview does.
Yeah.
So they've got. It's not like they don't have players though. They got big athletic kids over there.
Big school, big players. Simmons on the run, a little hesitancy on that exchange. It took a while for that handoff to happen, and because of that, the push came, the surge came, and no gain.
This offense can be really effective. It's an all-weather offense. It's good in the wind. It's good in the rain. But you have to have, your players have to buy in. It can be tough to defend.
Different scenario a little bit tonight with Stimmick at quarterback. They haven't put the ball in the air. We don't usually throw the ball a ton, but with McKee under center, we have been throwing the ball, 4 to 8 times a game. And usually guys are open as long as there's some pass protection. Haven't seen the ball come out of Stimmick's hand yet. And that's another run up.
Fullback trap again.
Fullback trap on 4th down and 5. And
I don't blame them. It's been their best play. That play's been their best play, and sometimes you get a team defensively on 4th down, thinking pass or perimeter play.
Yep. Well, that's going to be a turnover on downs. The clock is still rolling here with Grosse Pointe up 35 points. We're at 8 minutes and 14 seconds and rolling. So probably get some new players out there. You see Xavion still out there and Travis Kelly on the near side. Corey Pendleton running off the field.
Looks like South has made some changes too. Yeah, they've got their
New
quarterback in.
Hand off to number 22, and he's going to find a hole. It's number 15 in at quarterback, Sam Rouleau, who was catching the ball there a few times for Grosse Pointe South. Hands that ball off to Nick Ogden. Nick Ogden finds a nice seam there and gains 13. Get some new faces up. Brendan Coffin running on for the Huskies. Laurent Bale in there at defensive line.
Yeah, this is a chance to develop depth, develop for the future. Give guys repetitions. They desperately need some of these young guys.
Yep. Don't need anybody to get hurt here in the final minutes.
So
So
it's good to see South has made changes. He's got some backup kids in.
And there you see a great play there by the aforementioned Brendan Coffin. Good play. Got in the backfield. Nice solo tackle. Put that down in the stat book for Brendan Coffin.
Also, one of the plays, second down and 11.
Yeah, that field is beautiful, boy. Soft, nice.
Yeah, you're going to have to get down on there. New track, new turf. It's really soft. Compared to last year's, it's very safe right now. It's a beautiful field. The track is beautiful to step on and run on. The community members have been out here enjoying this new facility. Handoff off the right side there. Host Huskies going to bring him down after a gain of about 4.
Lori Bale on the stop. Gain of 4 on the play.
Well, anything can happen though in high school. You can make the playoffs with 4 losses now. You know, you don't know how good Eisenhower's going to do defending the straight tee. That's the thing about this offense. You just don't know how good a job they're going to do defending it. Even though they might have a good football team, defending the tee is always, you just don't know how well people are going to defend it.
It is noticeable when a team struggles to defend the tee. We've seen this Lakeview offense at times be unstoppable against certain opponents. Grosse Pointe South has had our number the last couple years. Made it very tough on our offense. So that's maybe where the struggles lie tonight. But let's see if this some of these guys can get a stop here and get another stop against Grosse Pointe South. Made them punt in the first half. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 5. Somebody's got to step up and make a play. Rouleau still in quarterback.
Is he going to let this kid throw? 4th and 5 is backup quarterback.
Let's see. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He is going to throw. Good pressure coming off the right side by number 12, Oliver Kep. He misses him in the backfield. Rouleau's going to roll right, and it's going to be close to a first down. Run out of bounds by number 21, Chris Rogers. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, he made it. He gave it to him.
He gave it to him.
First down and 10 Blue Devils.
They'll move the chains. Oliver Kep came in full speed off that left side of the defense, and you've said containment all night.
Yeah, it's been the problem. Don't let him throw it over your head, and contain the quarterback and stop the run.
The keys to winning with Coach Scarcelli. Something to work at. These guys will be looking at film all week.
This number 15 here is he's a sophomore.
Rouleau?
This quarterback here, yeah. So they've got him on varsity as a sophomore backup.
Hands that ball off to number 22 again, Ogden. So, Rouleau moved from wide receiver into quarterback. Good athlete. You are seeing the second group here making some stops here, so that's a positive. Lakeview cheerleaders still inspiring the fans. Good job by our cheer team tonight. Dance team killed it at halftime. Marching band, excellent as always. Love being a part of this community. Here we go, 2nd down and 10. New running back in the backfield. Rouleau pitch out to number 28. Gets stuck pretty hard. Good tackle out there by number 25. Ian Matuk, good to see him.
Walker on the carry.
Yeah, somebody's backup stepping up.
Ian Matuk on the stop.
Getting some valuable repetitions, valuable clock time.
3rd down and 5.
That was Jaqueen Walker on that carry. Hit hard by Ian Matuk. 3rd down and 5. 2:55 left in the game. Clock's rolling. Grosse Pointe South in no hurry, using that play clock. Rouleau out of the shotgun. 1 back, 2 receivers left, 1 to his right. Takes the snap at 5. Hands this ball off. Great pressure by Brendan Coffin again. Coffin getting into that backfield, wrapping up. Coffin holding on.
Tony, you ask about being, I've been in both these situations as being up, being down, and, the Grosse Pointe South coach would like to get his quarterback some work throwing the football.
Sure.
Believe me, he would like to do that. But when you're up 35 points, then ethically what do you do throwing the football up 35 points? So
Sure.
that's the dilemma, because you'd like to get the kid, and all these backups, they want to play the
Yeah.
backups for Gross, but they don't want to knee it down.
You never know what's going to happen in football. Your quarterback might roll an ankle. Your quarterback might hurt their finger. Hey, look at this run defense all of a sudden. That's 4th down and 8, and Lakeview's going to get a stop, but love to see the backups get in there. You got to prepare your backups. Your quarterback, we're seeing Matt Stimmick all night tonight. Gavin McKee got hurt last week, and Stimmick has done a nice job of running this offense. And here he comes out there to try to finish this game. There's a minute 33 on the clock. The clock is still rolling. A lot of new players just ran out on the field. See if we can get some numbers there. Ben Nowicki, I see number 78, Ben Nowicki. Jacob Smigelski in there, number 63. Got a official's timeout. Chris Kopke playing the iCarly music. Fans love it. Chris does a good job up here as the PA guy.
Yeah, the brand new, beautiful press box. This is awesome, boy.
Yeah, well, we'll have to have you back. Got a couple home games here to end it. A couple Powder Puff games, a couple home varsity games. Stimmick. Got a few ball plays left in us. See if we can get some new hands on the ball here. That ball is handed, ran to the left. See if we can get a number there, number 2. Rylan Hughes, former student, Rylan Hughes. Good to see him get a carry there. 1 minute left to go in this ball game. Huskies came into the game at 2-4. Grosse Pointe South came in at 6-0. And it looks like they're going to remain atop the MAC White as Roseville's trying to chase them down.
Well, Grosse Pointe South has what you need to have a successful season. They've got a defense. They're well coached. They get lined up on defense. They play good technique. They've got the run game. They've got the quarterback. They've got guys that can catch, guys that can throw, quarterback that can get you out of trouble. So this Grosse Pointe South's a team that they could make a deep run in the playoffs.
We'll have to keep our eye on them. Lakeview still has 2 more games. Like you said, you can maybe get in the playoffs with 4 wins. It depends on the formula. So with about 10 seconds on the clock, we're going to get one more play here from Stimmick. And this game will come to an end. Stimmick's going to keep this ball. Had some room. Going to try to cut it upfield. Fight hard for that first down. Hopefully everybody's okay. Looks like everybody's okay. Stimmick slapping hands with guys. We're going to pick up a first down there. But both teams will meet here at the 50-yard line, shake hands, and the 6-0 Grosse Pointe South, they had their way tonight with the Huskies. They're going to go 7-0 now. And the Huskies will have a big game next week against Eisenhower here on Friday night at Richard Black Stadium on the silver turf. So Coach Schreed and the staff has some film to look at. Hopefully they get some guys healthy. And another week of preparation here for some October football.
Hey, the Huskies gave great effort. No shame losing to a real good Grosse Pointe South football team. But Coach will have these kids together, believing, and finish up strong here these last 2 weeks.
So for Jim Scarcelli and myself, Tony Savali, Martha Savali, over here helping out with the stats. Thank you to John Fox over there. Good job, John. Thank you for doing this. That'll be it for tonight with the final score, 49-14. The Blue Devils over the Huskies. We'll see you next week. Be safe out there.
going to talk to other guys with the defense shots. Whether he calls it Edwardsburg and other people.
They're doing some big not every quarterback.
Yeah, no, the quarterback is key. If they can't do it, they can't run the quarterback too.
You see it a lot, yeah.
That play loosens up all the stuff on the inside.
Give it up one more time for your Lakeview dance team, coached by Holly Duggins. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Lakeview Marching Band, under the direction of Jody Thompson, will be performing their fall competitive show, SOS Fuego. They're performing Latin music from composer and performer Chuck Mangione. They are led by drum majors Matt Boucher and Hannah Allen. The Lakeview Band took first place for the third competition in a row, taking Caption Awards for Best Marching, Best Music, and Best Percussion at Wyandotte and Troy Athens these last 2 weeks. The next show is Saturday at Chippewa Valley High School on October 19th. They perform at 3:15 p.m. Come see them perform. The Lakeview Marching Band, the field is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lakeview Marching Band. We shout out also happy birthday, Charlotte Robinson, on the flute. Great performance.